Good evening. My name is Charles Hill. Today we're going to talk about Darknet Diaries, the misadventures of a nation state podcast, episode 10. So, we see that from time to time, other governments will hack other government. And we see that goes on today in this world. I'll give you an example right now. And basically in sports, the NFL, the New England Patriots with Spygate, which they were spying on another team, not once but twice, where they have got caught spying on another team. So taking this situation today is similar, because they basically doing the same thing. You trying to get information from another person or this another country. So they use 7 phases of a kill chain in the doing this, and each of the kill chain was recognition on how big the network could be. Are they hosting a website? Weaponization, which the money that they get to build the weapon. 3, the delivery of everything. 4, the exploitation. 5, the installation. 6, the command and control. And 7, doing the action on the objective. But with that being said, they was getting data from the enemy after finding out that they had a problem, because they almost got caught trying to get information or data from another enemy, which could backfire on them and which could have cost them millions of dollars. And they could also lose their job behind this, but luckily they didn't. But we seen there was some rough times in this and real panicking in all of this. But with all that being said, let's talk about some of the framework into this. The NIST framework. In this framework, we are able to see that by them hacking this country, which we don't know who it was, they weren't able to detect the problem. So by them not detecting, they weren't able to know what was causing this. So if they would just try to use this framework, this NIST framework, they could have been able to detect the problem and used it against them, where it could have ended up hurting them in the long run. So with that, we're going to go to the CIS control. And the one that I find most familiar with this is the CIS control 3.2, which performing authentication vulnerability scan, which the sub-control emphasized running a vulnerability scan, gather information from both the outside and inside, because there was some vulnerability in this, because they found out most of their information from websites. Particular one, Reddit. And the second one was LinkedIn, but Reddit was most, because they was able to find out what they was doing and what PC they were running. So when they got into that PC, it was vulnerable, because they knew everything about it. So we're going to go to the ACSE, which the patch operating system. By them not patching this computer, it was extremely vulnerable within 48 hours. So they could get anything, all information they needed within a 48 period. So by them, you must update to the latest operating system, which we didn't know what operating system they was on from them getting the data, but they was panicking when he updated. They were thinking that they could have been found and it could have been used against them. So with this, it was probably 3.4 and 11.4 on the Australian cybersecurity. So we're going to talk about the Madrid attack, which I find the IDT 108 system information discovery, since they weren't able to find out that they had a bug in the system. And they didn't discover, because all they did was literally wipe the computer and start off. They really don't know what was causing the problem. So they weren't able to detect the bug or detect that the information had been taken. So with this being this Darknet diary, the government attacking other governments, you got to make sure that you don't leave valuable information out there for other people to know. And with that being said, please leave a comment on this and tell me what you think.